Beaulo's actually gonna he might be disgusting in Pro League. He might be. It's like a 50-50 chance.
He just randomly shot through the garage, dude. Literally, he shot at one spot. He completely flicked to the other side of the garage and shot and killed me.
Pick up Beaulo, pick up Beaulo, pick up Beaulo, pick up Beaulo. Someone pick up Beaulo!
My ears.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Given the fact that he has so minimal experience at that high of a level, it's really impressive how he's played. But I worry for him and I worry for his mental state because I've seen the way that his fans react when he doesn't do well or when he doesn't get a kill in just one round. He can be top fragging the whole game. He goes one round without a kill and half a Twitch chat will end up going, oh, Beaulo's washed, get rid of Beaulo, drop Beaulo.
Everything on the line for TSM. What a year it's been from them. Empire have come so close before, but they've fallen short and they'll do so again. TSM said trust the process. The process just won you a world championship. TSM are your 6th Invitational 2022 world champs.
Jason Beaulo Doty was born in Riverside County, California, and moved to Las Vegas at 5 years old. In an all too familiar scenario, he first got into video games because of his older brother, with World of Warcraft serving as his gateway into PC gaming.
I was the sports kid out of my family, or out of my brother, and I played baseball, like soccer, basketball, but my brother then transitioned me to the side of video games, and I never stopped.
As time went on, Beaulo moved on to shooters, specifically CSGO, but in 2015, the Rainbow Six Siege beta hooked him instantly and never let go.
When I first saw the trailer, it seemed pretty interesting, but when I started playing the beta, I got into the beta, it was, I guess, really just like love at first sight. I was hooked.
Yo, he's not gonna see me.
Are you serious, dude?
What?
What was that?
Beaulo was good at Siege. So good, in fact, that he caught the attention of big streamers and pros.
Hello.
Hello, Beaulo.
Hello.
Beaulo? I don't know.
Beaulo, yeah, that's the one.
Call you Bo.
Yeah.
Beaulo's actually gonna he might be disgusting in Pro League. He might be. It's like a 50-50 chance.
Unfortunately, not all of that attention was positive. Beaulo's skill was drawing cheating accusations from every level of the game.
You're muted. Yeah, okay. He just randomly shot through the garage, dude. Literally, he shot at one spot. He completely flicked to the other side of the garage and shot and killed me. Beaulo is not. This kid's not legit.
No drone. Sprint on in with the call out of they're in church, and so he just sprints through. Nope, I don't even care if he's just gonna go use this in a meme video. I'm gonna report Beaulo every single f***ing time I ever play him.
At this point, since Beaulo was just a name in Siege Ranked, he had no way to clear his name other than uploading montages of his gameplay to YouTube. He doubled down by streaming on Twitch in 2017, and ironically, his following exploded to a level that left basically every one of his accusers in the dust.
Pick up Beaulo, pick up Beaulo, pick up Beaulo, pick up Beaulo. Someone pick up Beaulo!
My ears.
Well done. Hey, I appreciate that.
I'd say the whole Beaulo lean kind of happened pretty organically. If you even look through like my early montages, like just watch them through from 1 to 23, it's very slow. And then once you get deeper and deeper, you start to see it kind of come together, like the really fast, what we all know today, the fast Ash, ACOG, Ella, quick peeking, all over the place, doing like 50 leans in like 2 seconds, something like that.
His influence on Siege was so great, the game began to morph and shape itself around how Beaulo played it.
We've seen crazy players step forward, but then he comes forward and he does something that a lot of people haven't. And since then, we've seen a couple players that play very similarly to him. And it's cool because it shows that there's a way to play this game at a higher skill ceiling than we thought before.
Not only did Beaulo prove he wasn't a cheater, he became the most popular content creator in Siege thanks in part to his new off-meta strategies. Eventually, his streams got so big, he decided to put everything into Siege. He became a full-time content creator, choosing not to go to college.
Even when I was like at 15,000, 20,000 subs, I was always telling them if this goes somewhere, I'm not going to pursue like secondary education. I want to do what I want.
At the same time though, Beaulo was also kind of waiting out the clock until he was 18, old enough to go pro. His content was huge, but if he wanted to truly show he was the best, he'd have to play against the best. And he wasn't the only one waiting. Days before his 18th birthday, Beaulo signed with one of the biggest orgs out there, TSM.
We knew a lot of people were going to be looking around at Beaulo. But apparently we were like the only team like really interested in him, I guess, because a lot of people were, you know, very skeptical because there was a big thing going on that like Beaulo's gonna, like, he's good, he has good aim, he has good mechanics, but is he gonna be good in, like, a comp setting and stuff like that? So a lot of people were worried there.
By then, Beaulo's fanbase had a reputation for being obsessed with their favorite gamer, so expectations were sky high for his pro debut.
Given the fact that he has so minimal experience at that high of a level, it's really impressive how he's played. But I worry for him and I worry for his mental state because I've seen the way that his fans react when he doesn't do well or when he doesn't get a kill in just one round. He can be top fragging the whole game. He goes one round without a kill and half a Twitch chat will end up going, oh, Beaulo's washed, get rid of Beaulo, drop Beaulo. The people who know the game well, I think, are aware of his shortcomings and his strengths as a player, and so far he's done better than a lot of us expected.
But matchmaking and pro league were not the same thing, and Beaulo learned that the hard way.
Goga finishes off Beaulo, and it leaves only Pojo Man alive. He does have a flank capability, though, to try and move around these players, but it's already been spotted, and Fabian has it iced out. That's the end of the match, ladies and gentlemen. G2 are moving through once again to the semifinals, and TSM, the last hope for North America, is now out.
It definitely is rough because, you know, the first half of the season was, I think, we tied one game and won one and lost all the other ones.
But 3 months into his pro career, Beaulo finally turned it around and gave his fans what they'd been waiting for.
So they all collect back in towards that diffuser in front of the white van. Beautiful shot there from Beaulo as he ducks and darts around that car outside. Nesk on the trade though, but everyone at Liquid solo HP. Everyone's wrapping it up. It's all Paulo alone now in the 1v2 to keep Liquid alive. As he comes down yellow stairs, there's no chance. North American, you have another champion at DreamHack.
Montreal wasn't just Beaulo's first ever LAN win, it also earned him an MVP medal, as well as some much deserved respect.
I've definitely seen a spike since Beaulo has become, you know, what everybody wants him to become in Pro League, or I guess, you know, close to, because I know people have ridiculous standards for me.
However, Beaulo struggled to keep the momentum going.
Pino's ready to hold the line. Is he ready for the rotate from Logi, though? That's the next question. Yes, he is! He finds the Beaulo frag, and Kamikaze is ready for the final push. NIP take control of the lower bracket and the second spot in the grand finals of SI 2020.
SI 2020 was my first ever event. We got third, and for probably a year up until the next SI, I would be just in bed, staring at the ceiling like, what went wrong that event? Every little flashback, every little minute detail of any error that happened, whether it was my own or my teammates, like, we were that close.
2020 was a year of almosts, with TSM placing second and third at several high-profile tournaments before capping the year with a big win at the 6th major.
Is it going to be good enough to possibly get an air jab that's positioned there? We don't know. Merc's in the bomb site. One for thinking nade. Merc finds one. Chala gets one as well. TSM, they win it all. Every single kill is theirs, and they'll take the trophy as well. North America has a new champion by a really impressive scoreline.
Unfortunately, TSM went right back to struggling in 2021.
Shepard getting that diffuser down, and he will do so successfully. Beaulo trying to get back to the site, punished by Dan, and Empire have now a 2-man lead. From above, that'll grow to 3 as Always shuts down Chala, and it seems like TSM's run here in Mexico is effectively over. Pojo gets 1 on the joystick, but there's 4 more bodies to find, and they'll find him first.
Massey runs outside looking for a kill, but he doesn't come back to server window, but he will finally take down Chala. Beaulo needs to keep his team in this match. Well, down 1 player, Nyx with Dream on low HP. This still might be accomplishable for Beaulo, but he needs to hold firm. Counter defuse attempt coming out from Nyx. All of a sudden, it turns into a winnable situation, but it's not something he can stave off forever. Heartbreak for TSM FTX.
Geo looking to pressure from Laundry. I like this, Des. I like that they're pushing in from everywhere, but right now they can't win the gunfights. Nesk and Moringa managing to get kills. Moringa is traded out in there. Nesk gets another, and surely this is going in the direction of Liquid. Beaulo's through the smoke. Paulo, who has no idea. Down! As they come through, it's Nesk and Sexy Cake. I'm sure you can hear Team Liquid in the background. They win.
At this point, Beaulo had enough followers and clout to simply throw his hands up, retire, and go back to content creation if he wanted to. He'd proven he wasn't a cheater, got a LAN win, and shown that he could hold his own online or off.
Drops the ADS, and it's the swing of Beaulo down the core of Long, a triple fed to him.
Beaulo also single-handedly boosted Siege LAN viewership for all of NA. The fans even went as far to create a now-defunct website, whendoesboloplay.com.
Since Beaulo came to Pro League, the views for his games have just been absolutely bananas.
So, on his own, Beaulo was pretty much the be-all and end-all of Siege, despite his team's struggles. But there was one very important trophy missing from Beaulo's cabinet, the 6th Invitational Hammer. As TSM rolled into 2022, even with Beaulo on board, a win at SI looked like nothing more than a pipe dream. Because of their lackluster performance, the NA squad had to win a qualifier to even get to SI.
TSM have the crossfires. This really doesn't look accomplishable for Melton. He has got to get the 4K of his life, but will achieve it from long haul. True to his name, TSM are going to the 6th Invitational.
And once they were in, after 2 years of struggling to stay relevant, TSM decided to bet everything on Beaulo.
So what we did was we moved Bo to the primary entry role because, you know, Bo's nasty, one of the best teamers in the game, so why not? And we knew Merc would be fine on the flex role.
At first, the role swap seemed to really work.
Merc tries to find one, but Pamba manages to cut him down. Immediate trade comes in. Gio's getting the plant down, Des. Somehow, TSM have been able to steal inside a site and may just steal the round here. Beaulo knows there's a challenge to be found, and boy, does he find it. 3 on the round for him. Going absolutely wild, taking Hyper down. Cuts Eclipse as well. 4K for Beaulo, easy for TSM.
But TSM's 3rd place finish in their group didn't bode well for the upcoming bracket stage. It was all on Beaulo and his teammates to put everything out there.
It's 4 versus 2. It's all falling apart in the last second. Musi gets one back, but he's going to go absolutely huge. Gio with the shutdown. TSM stop NIP in round 12.
He tries to peek the angle. Merc, he's not moving anywhere. He's going to keep himself put. Surely he knows where. Is he going to? He knows now. Surely he goes for the pre-fire. Does he get it? Oh! Merc comes out on top. NA come out on top.
3 versus 2 with Gio trying to sit the diffuser. Nesk coming in towards Bleepers. Big C4 over the top, but it gets shot out. Resets is down. Nesk has got to do it all. Beaulo steps up for the challenge. It's a little bit of a 1v1 on the close angle. The Beaulo wins and sends them further into the upper bracket. Liquid drop down to the lower.
But even after his explosive performance against Team Liquid, Beaulo didn't have the time to rest on his laurels. TSM lost their matchup with Empire and dropped down to the lower bracket, only to come roaring back for a rematch after eliminating FaZe Clan.
He's desperately moving, he's trying to do anything he can, but there comes the final kill, and it's a flawless round at the end of a flawless performance from TSM, who will return to NA as heroes, regardless of the outcome of the next map, because they have got the region back into the grand final of the 6th Invitational.
It was do or die for TSM. They had to beat Empire no matter what.
I don't know if Gio's gonna make it through. Yes, he is with a hair, and he gets away. First kill goes to Beaulo. Merc finds one as well. Shepard, rat-tat-tat, pitter-patter of the MPX. Good enough for 1 kill. Joystick is on pillars as well. TSM still have the advantage. It's Scyther with 1 HP to be finished off from Merc, and Joystick to clutch. He's sitting on top of the diffuser, but he needs to be wary because guess who's up top on that top floor? This could be an easy pick for him. Flashes go in, but they sail over his head. He's immune to all of them. Read so well by Beaulo, and he's got 2 of them with the diffuser down, a 3rd, but no, Dan walks away from that. Chala picks up 2 big kills. It's all up to Chala, but Dan can't get it. We're going to overtime again. Everything on the line for TSM. What a year it's been from them. And it's all now Shepard to try and stop it. Empire have come so close before, but they've fallen short and they'll do so again. TSM said, trust the process. The process just won you a world championship. TSM are your 6th Invitational 2022 world champs.
Beaulo had everything he'd ever wanted. He had reached the absolute peak of competitive Siege, but having it all meant there was nothing left to pursue.
That's all it was about, you know, playing good for the year to play good at SI. And then it's like, what's beyond that? You know, not necessarily like complacency. I didn't have complacency. It was just kind of like, is it the right choice for me to continue.
Beaulo kept at it. After all, he could still win another Invitational or collect some trophies he didn't have yet. But unfortunately, the rest of 2022 didn't live up to his SI triumph.
Pop up, Geo walks in, diffuser in hand, there goes flashes. Geo tries to trade out, Merc actually prevails in that gunfight, but Gunner has the insurance policy. Snake, one of the newest members, takes down Geo, but he doesn't get Rexen. Sonics pummel TSM in the third map.
And after TSM failed to even qualify for SI 2023, Beaulo's path forward became clear.
If you laid everything out on the table and just looked at everything in a critical mindset for my future, for my mental health, for everything, it was just the time to go. It was the time to go, and it was a hard decision, but again, I think overall for everything, it's gonna pay off.
The only thing that truly made sense for Beaulo was going back to where it all started.
The scene isn't in that good of a spot, and now I'm kind of at like a crossroads. It's like, do I want to keep sacrificing my brand, my community that built me up and got me to this insane level that I'm at right now? Or do I keep kind of, I guess, staying with the sinking ship?
The community was understandably heartbroken, but Beaulo's fans also supported his decision and were quick to show appreciation for his enormous contribution to the growth and development of their favorite game.
Not a lot of games have that, where, you know, the professional players are also the game's biggest content creators, and when you can actually connect those two worlds, you get something really good.
Beaulo has probably one of the arguably largest legacies in Siege. Now, what about Pengu? What about Spoit? What about Massey? What about Shaiko? He had a comeback story. No, I am talking about like beating the game, bro. Like, this guy has a charm, million subs on YouTube. Everybody that plays Siege knows who he is.
If he streams more, he's going to grow his own viewership. It's going to grow Siege viewership. It's going to pull more people into Siege, you know? So I think it's great for the game either way, just to have him in the ecosystem and in the community. So, you know, just happy to see him just thriving.
But it isn't like Beaulo was abandoning Siege entirely. While he is open to trying new things, and always has been, Rainbow Six is still going to remain his one true love for the foreseeable future.
I'm not completely saying that I'm done playing competitively, playing professionally. Like that route is always gonna be open for me because I love trying to be the best.
It's hard to say exactly what the future holds for Beaulo. What is certain, though, is that his name will forever be synonymous with Rainbow Six Siege, whether you watch his content on YouTube or cheered for him on LAN. And if the past is any indication, as long as he keeps his eyes on the prize, Beaulo's dedication, discipline, and drive will ensure that no matter what he ends up pursuing, it'll be a resounding success.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring the notification bell. For unique, bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit us up on our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.